Listen, if I sound a little bit sick, it's because I am. So I just finished watching this movie called Glass Onions, A Knives Out Story. It's a sequel to the 2019 film Knives Out by Rian Johnson. Famed Southern detective Benoit Blanc travels to Greece for his latest case. Tech billionaire Miles Brown invites his friends for a getaway on his private Greek island. When someone turns up dead, the detective is on the case. So I just finished it, and that shit was hard. That shit was hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit slow in the beginning because you're getting to know the characters. But once that shit get going, it get going. I like mystery movies. I like, espionage. I like stuff that you gotta try to pay attention to the details. And that movie, you gotta pay attention. When I was reading articles about it, I came across a particular person's opinion of the movie. A particular person named Ben Shapiro. I'm sure y'all know who Ben Shapiro is, okay? Conservative talking head. Going with the high-pitched voice that talks really fast like this. And how he argues how he does his debates is like he just talks fast and he's prepared with data and statistics. So if you don't already know, good luck getting a word in type shit. But sometimes I agree with Ben. Sometimes I don't. Just like anybody else. But his particular opinion on the movie was very, very interesting. There's gonna be spoilers in this video, so if you didn't watch it yet, don't finish this video. Or you could play the video, but put it on mute so I get the views. So the main villain in the movie is the rich billionaire white dude tech genius, right? Turns out he's not so much a genius. He really just stole other people's ideas, but he was able to get ahead and put his face on it, which happens. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people steal other people's work. It is what it is. Steal their work, steal their credit. So it's a good story. He's a villain. Coincidentally, even though I don't think it's really related at all, Elon Musk, rich entrepreneur, SpaceX, Tesla, PayPal, I think. Recently, he took over Twitter, and the liberal media has been in a frenzy ever since, saying, "Oh, Twitter's dying, Twitter's dead, Twitter's dead." That shit has been exactly the same. It's been exactly the same. The left, activists, anti-billionaire type people, anti-rich, eat the rich type people, shit like that. So obviously, they hate Elon Musk off rip. In response to a lot of the hate that the liberal media has aimed towards Elon Musk, a lot of people that's on the, you could say, conservative side of the argument, they feel like that they have to combat against that and, put Elon on this pedestal as like a big pioneer, a big whatever. Me, I don't really have too much opinions on Elon. I haven't really looked into him. I just know he's a rich dude that owns a couple companies. That's all I know. So I really don't have an opinion on him. For the sake of being brief, because I like to talk a lot, I'm going to read you some of what Ben Shapiro said about the movie on Twitter. I say some because he wrote, it was like a 13 to 15 tweets in a thread, okay? I'm not reading all that shit. I regret to inform you that Glass Onion is actively bad. I will discuss first the actual writing of the movie, followed by the politics of it. Both suck. Spoilers follow. First, the writing. The first half of the movie is a complete misdirect and waste of time. We only find out about the actual murder we're supposed to investigate full 1 hour and 10 minutes into the film, as well as an entirely new backstory. Miles never invited Blanc, and Andy has a twin sister masquerading as her. We're actively deceived by the writer. Why the misdirect? Because the story itself, in the purest form of incredible laziness, it relies on not one, not two, but three bad writing tropes: an identical twin, a comprehensive journal, and a moron of a murderer. Okay, so look, it is a murder mystery movie. Of course, there's going to be misdirects. It's to keep you on your toes. You don't know what's going on until the movie is ready to show you, and you put the pieces together by yourself. It's supposed to keep you on your toes. That's the point of the movie. So why is misdirection in a mystery movie a negative against the movie itself? Am I tripping? No, I'm not tripping. That don't make sense. You know what I mean? He continues by saying, you can write your way out of literally any scenario giving an identical twin, which removes the need for linear coherence, a comprehensive journal, which explains everything, and a moron for a murderer, which removes the necessity for plot logic. No. Those arguments, yeah, there's tropes. Writing tropes, TV tropes. Look up tvtropes.com. There's always going to be tropes in stories. But just because there's a trope doesn't mean it's bad. You pick a trope, whatever fits your story, and you use it however you want to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's like a cliche type of thing, that's understandable. But just because a trope is in a movie doesn't mean it's automatically cliche. You can use any type of trope, whatever. Any type of character type. and you just add your own flavor to it. That's writing, bro. That's art. Nobody's art is 100% unique. No one's art is 100% original. Something inspired somebody else, and that person created this. And then what that person created is going to inspire somebody else to make their own thing. It is what it is. And really, I mean, we could read the rest. There's really not too much point. But what I've noticed with Ben Shapiro, and even on his video where he was talking about, oh, hip-hop isn't real music. The thing with, he's a classically trained musician. The thing with Ben Shapiro, and the thing with a lot of these political types, right? They don't understand art. They don't understand creativity. You see people on the right, like Ben Shapiro. Oh, well, this doesn't make sense because this don't, it don't make sense. When it does make sense, you just don't get it. And meanwhile, people on the left, oh, well, people on the left, a lot of those liberals, they think they're creative, but really they're just pushing, they're putting self-inserts, okay? That's, you know what I'm saying? And it's not good. That's why a lot of those movies in Hollywood be failing. Because you understand, art is for artists, real creatives. Ben Shapiro's not a creative. You don't understand it because you have an agenda. What do I mean agenda? We're going to get into that. The other part of his argument is that the politics in the movie are lazy. Rian Johnson's take on the universe is that Elon Musk is a bad and stupid man. Remember why I brought up Elon Musk in the beginning? This is why. And that anyone who likes him in media, politics, or tech is being paid off by him. In the movie, the rich billionaire was holding his friends pretty much politically hostage. He had dirt on all of them, and they needed him to, to succeed pretty much. And if they didn't have him, then they shit would be out of here. So that's why it's saying paid off. How to explain his dumb theory? Bad writing, of course. Johnson comes up with a fake partner who is the actual smart person. Miles/Musk cheated by bribing people. What about all the people who like Musk? They're dumb and corrupt too, which means you need no logic for them. So more bad writing. This means that all Miles' friends, supporters are still sucking the golden teat for Miles Musk because he keeps signing them checks. But any of them could, at any point, burn down Miles Musk and reap massive benefits. Literally any of them. Okay, listen. They wouldn't be able to do that because if they did, this person is a billionaire, okay? He has an army of lawyers and, legal folk that could bury you if you come out. They do that now. It happens in real life. People try to speak out against somebody rich and powerful. What happens? They disappear or he gets buried, okay? None of them had physical evidence of anything they was talking about. That's true, aside from the napkin, which Andy had. So maybe you could say Andy could have, went to social media with it. Maybe. But, Andy was killed before that could even happen. So it's like, again, he is using his politics to say a movie is bad. The thing that's tough is that, and I'm sure if we look at replies in the Twitter thread, there's going to be people that's agreeing with Shapiro. And it's like, that's what's so tough. Because when you say things like logic and facts, the people that think that they're logically thinkers, they're free thinkers, logical thinkers, they're just going to eat it up. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to consume and not really think about it. And that's the paradox of logical thinking. That's the paradox of being a free thinker. You think you're a free thinker, but a lot of times if somebody says something that sounds right to you, you're going to accept it without really thinking about it. Because it's exhausting to think all the time. That's the truth of it. It's exhausting to be a free thinker all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our thoughts are not free thoughts. Somebody else thought of it and we absorbed it and we decided, oh, that makes sense. I agree with it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to compare the rich billionaire dude, Miles Braun, in the movie to any other one in real life, like, he's more similar to Mark Zuckerberg, the dude that made Facebook, rather than Elon. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Even your comparison don't make sense. And it's okay to have an opinion, right? Nothing wrong with having an opinion. But the thing that is tough when it comes to people and groups is that, when you get so entranced in the group, so sucked in all the way, you start to feel like that you can't go against what your group says, what your party says. You know what I'm saying? You see that in multiple different examples. You see it when it comes to like teams. You see it when it comes to like fraternities or sororities. You see it when it comes to politics in general, bro. Because humans are very tribal, right? Humans are very tribal. We're built to work together, to be together. So we want to belong. We have an innate feeling of belonging somewhere. And so people tend to do whatever they got to do to feel like they belong to the group. Religion too, you know what I'm saying? Like the Catholic Church, there's a good amount of them popes that be touching little kids. But did them people that knew what they was doing say anything? No, because they can't go against their people. They can't go against their church. And yeah, everybody has everybody has some form of bias. Everybody's biased just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in varying amounts. So even me, you know what I mean? That's why I try to always keep an open mind. That's why, you know, all the time my reactions aren't going to be super dramatic or reactionary. I'm trying to just like understand what's going on and not just act based off of my first thought. I try to keep it real though, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, somebody like Ben Shapiro, he sees that the left liberal media is rallying against Elon Musk. He's on the not far right, but he's on the conservative side, the right, you know, the side of the right. So when he sees that they have an enemy, he automatically thinks that, okay, it's not that bad. I need to be on that person's side. I'm not saying Elon Musk did or didn't do anything. I don't know. But to take a well-written movie that kept you on your toes, you don't know the mystery, you don't know what's going on until the end, and then say, oh, it's just propaganda for the left to rally against Elon Musk, trying to make fun of Elon Musk, evil billionaires. Bro. Nah, I can't fuck with that, bro. I can't fuck with that. And I hope people, and that's why people are making fun of him for that. You know, he makes himself easy targets by saying shit like this, bro. He makes himself easy targets for not understanding the culture or just shit in general. And that's why a lot of people on the right, that's why the right in general, conservatives in general, they will never have a hand on the media like liberals do, like the left do, like Democrats do. Because a lot of times Democrats do come off as pandering, but they also know how to subtly have a hand in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, conservatives, they often get painted as we hate everything, or they hate, not even we, but they hate everything. They hate new stuff. They hate, you know, Hollywood. They hate movies. They hate shows. They hate everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to put them in that negative light when you have situations like this, where he takes a very innocent movie and tries to spin it into some political agenda that wasn't there to begin with, aside from characters and story. This is a movie that story was led by the characters. Every character had their own thing going on and their own actions. That's what good writing is. You make characters and the characters lead the story. There's a good ass video made by Pillar of Garbage that really breaks down the storytelling aspects of the movie and why what Ben Shapiro was saying makes no fucking sense at all. But yeah, it was a good movie. Y'all should go see it. And yeah, the nigga Ben Shapiro, he tripping. I want to see what other people have to say too, though.